So I can buy a watch, let's say a Submariner for 12,000 and sell it for 12,500, but it's instant.
So like then like how many watches are you buying and selling a day, a week, a month?
Between 300 to 500 a month. So I travel overseas every 2 weeks. I buy my merchandise there, come back to America, unload it to all of the retailers, and then go back and forth.
Where are you generally getting them from?
Middle East, China. Um, that's mostly my main two locations.
When you kind of go to buy a watch, like what are you looking for? How do you know which is the ones that are going to sell? How do you know what are the good ones? That kind of stuff.
Very, very good question. So each country has its own market. So for example, the Arabs can't wear gold. They're not allowed to wear gold. So we buy the golds from there, like the gold presidents, the Rolexes. So that's our market. Asians like the sport models, like the Submariners and the Pepsis and the Batmans. That's their market. Our market, we're big. Americans are a little bigger. We're built bigger, so they like 41, like big watches, 41 millimeter, 42 millimeter, 44 millimeter. So you already know what are you buying, which watch goes where.
And it's pretty standard right there, right? Like they don't really deviate too much from the pattern.
No, very few you'll have a guy or a gal come in and ask for something you haven't heard like a year, but it's very, very rare.
Now, when we get to it, right, when are these, I'll just use this word, I don't know if this is the right word, but are these knockoffs or are these the,
No, 100% legit. 100%.
how do you kind of make sure that,
You can tell by feeling it. The weight is different. The look is different. You know, they got really good at making knockoffs. Really, really good. But there's always that one thing that they can't get right. But I've been 3 times. I bought from legit dealers that didn't even know there was a knockoff. But of course, how it works is that if you buy from somebody you know, they take responsibility. So if something happens to the watch that it's a knockoff, I go back to him and he refunds me my money.
how did you find out that it was?
So I have a service center up here. We do polishing, services, everything. So when I bought it back home, and I told my guy my watchmaker to open it. So he opened the watch. He told me the watch is a knockoff. Because when you buy there, it's like going to a grocery store, right? You just pick and choose what you want. You pay for it because it's a reputable dealer. So you know tomorrow there's a problem. You can always go back to him. It's not like a guy you met one time and he's gone. People you constantly do business with. So you just pick and choose, put it in a bag, ship it. And then when you come home, you figure out what mistakes or what you made or what you didn't make.
When you look at watches as kind of a whole, are they more popular now than they were a few years ago? Are they now?
They're huge right now. So let's say 7, 8 years ago, you can go into a Rolex store and they would beg you to buy their merchandise for 30% off retail. Submariner, let's say retail is 9,800. They'll tell you take it for $7,000. Today, they're going to put you on a waiting list and you have to buy X, Y, Z in order for you to get that Submariner at retail. You can't even get a discount. Now, what the consumer does is he's smart. The watch is worth $5,000 over retail on the gray market. He'll sell it to me, then I'll sell it to another guy. So the demand is insane right now.
Why do you think that is? Like, what changed?
I guess people have more money. I think supply and demand. I think because it's harder. Rolex became smart. Like, when you go to Hermes, they make you wait online to get in to spend $5,000. Can you ever imagine you gotta wait online to spend $5,000 at a store? They should open the red carpet, give you champagne, beg you to come in. But no, wait online, wait your turn. Go to Chanel, they ask you if you made an appointment. That's what Rolex is doing. They're cutting out a lot of mom and pop stores, which they are authorized dealers, and leaving it as boutique only. So it's very hard to get a watch. Basically, a ceramic Daytona. Retail is $14,000. In our market, it's double the retail price.
So are on most of the watches that you're buying and selling, are you making, single digit percentage points like 5 to 10? Or are there some where like I can mark this up 50%?
If I buy a watch at retail, I can mark it up 100%. But Rolex won't sell to me. I'm banned from every Rolex store. So if I come in with my ID, they'll say no because they know I'm a gray market seller. So they won't sell to me. I'm saying that the higher the watch value is, the margins will climb a little more. So let's say the watch is $100,000. If you make $10,000, you're happy. Well, sometimes you'll buy a watch for 100 grand and sell it for 105,000. That's okay. You get money right away. Even 100. If somebody comes to me and says, "Here's 103 for this watch, give it to me right now," you're getting money right away. I would sell it, even though I'm making 3%, but my money comes back into me, so I can play with the money again.
What's the most expensive watch you've ever bought?
Patek 6300G, 2.1 million. I bought it back then. Today it's worth like 3.5,
Do you remember what you sold it for?
2.8.
That's a nice 500 grand, right?
700. We were two partners. Yeah, I bought it in
man.
2007, 2018.
What's that like dropping 2 point something million on a watch?
I feel accomplished, you can say. It's fulfilling. It's exciting because it's a gamble. It's a rush. You don't know if you're going to sell it, how much you're going to sell it for. Right now, it's a lot of money in the watch. Tomorrow, the market drops. What are you going to do? How fast can you get out of it, right? So before I buy something, I have in mind certain buyers who are going to buy it. And then I have my outs just in case they don't buy it. If I dump it, how much am I going to lose?